up? This is Wrestling with Love.
Your ultimate tag team for all things wrestling.
I'm Lwazi.
And I'm Ati.
Let's get into it!
Okay, let's rumble away.
Woo, I feel like we have a lot to say. We saw online, people had a lot to say about Le Royal Rumble.
Mixed feelings. A lot of
I think as a
feelings.
WWE universe, yeah, go a little bit, but we're going to unpack all of it. But I would want to say first up, I think we can all agree and we should acknowledge, but this really was the biggest Royal Rumble ever.
I think it was the biggest in terms of Lucas Oil Stadium.
Looked
amazing.
We were dissing it a bit last week.
Like you would never say from the outside, but like what they did with the inside was amazing.
It was top notch, yeah.
Numbers out of this world, 65,000 people.
Yeah,
That's incredible. But like the matches were good, but I don't think I was blown away to that extent.
Okay.
I think for me, I was just anticipating way more returns, first thing. Because it's just like with the women's, I think only from like entrance 20, then like, you know, people were coming in, or Trish, Nikki was last. So it's just like, there weren't enough like...
returns and surprises. I think maybe the hype as well. It's like we were all so excited, and then it's like there's only so much they can do, I'm sure, as well. So it's that kind of thing. Yeah, we played ourselves maybe.
Exactly, because I think that's another thing. Like we were all just expecting it to be like the biggest thing ever. So it's just like we're all making up our own theories of how like things could go. So it's just like, when your thing doesn't happen,
then you kind of like, oh man, because we even saw in the countdown, it's like, Peter Rosenberg, they were talking, and then people are chanting, AJ Lee, AJ Lee, and you could see even they were like, I don't think she's coming.
You know, and another big return that we thought was going to happen was Becky. So it's just like, because like with each number, I think what was happening is that we're just like, okay, is this her?
Is this the one? Is this the one?
Like,
yeah. But I still think overall the Rumble did deliver.
It did.
It's just that our expectations
were too high.
Because for me, even I feel like I was so sold on your theory of the whole Naomi Jade Cargill thing. I was like, and then especially how it played out was like, okay, Bianca came out at number 10, then Naomi coming after Bianca like number 15. I was like, this is primed for that storyline to really play out, and it kind of didn't exactly got that, but still, nonetheless, I think it was still pretty good. But yeah, let's get into the Women's Rumble, just the nitty-gritties of it. For me, I felt I really enjoyed the top two first, like, you know, starting with Io, then going to Liv, former WWE Women's Champion, then former Women's World Champ, Roxanne Perez afterwards.
I was surprised, honestly, that like Liv was so like at the beginning.
Oh, true, actually, yeah.
Because I mean, she had
Raquel
that was supposed to be protecting her, but Raquel came way later.
Right.
So it's like, what was the point?
Yeah, kind of.
But I think, the first 3 women that came out, like, honestly, they
top
were
tier.
Very. And it was also just so refreshing to see so many women from NXT.
Yeah, that's what I really loved as
through,
well.
you know?
I think for me, seeing Jada Parker as well as Lash Legend, those were the 2 standouts for me. Especially with Jada Parker, what I really hope is that she'll have the kind of trajectory like Bianca Belair, where it's like she was tops in NXT but never won the NXT Women's title. And I guess that was because they had bigger plans for her, because we've seen what Bianca did on the main roster. So I'm hoping this for Jada now. It's like her being established on the main roster, then she'll also maybe win the IC title. Her versus Lyra could be something that we have in the future. Yeah. I'd love to see her as the women's IC champ, maybe.
And actually, just going back to what you're saying now, because Triple H actually did address this in the post-show, where he was just like, you know, the rumors, whatever you hear that this person said to you, trust me, it's not true, because like they will always just go like the other direction. And as much as like it frustrates us as fans, but it's like we actually just have to trust the process. And like there are like a number of examples. For instance, Roman Reigns, we were not feeling him when they were shoving Roman down our throats.
Sure,
but but like eventually it was just like, okay, no, we acknowledge him, you know. And then there's also John Cena. John Cena also wasn't a fan favorite once upon a time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll always remember that one.
John Cena sucks.
And the whole shirt incident where he threw his shirt into the crowd.
ECW one night stand. Yeah, yeah.
And they threw it back. So it was just like, you just need to trust the process. Like, they know what they're doing. And as much as we don't understand it, like, it's all leading up to something. So with Naomi, as heartbroken as I am, that didn't happen because I'm so out the box. But like, I feel like there is something greater, that is coming.
I was so happy Triple H in the press conference. Yeah, he shut down all that thing. But guys, don't listen to the internet rumors.
Not true.
We are gonna do what we feel is best, type of thing. So Nyan, like you said,
And
trust the
that they
process.
did.
And then, for example, even Alexa Bliss when she appeared number 21.
Great
Definitely
pop.
the biggest pop of the night, I would
Literally.
say. Everyone lost their mind. And then Michael Cole was even saying, Alexa Bliss, I thought she wasn't coming.
Yeah,
That's what the
2
internet
years,
said.
exactly.
So, it's like, guys, don't believe everything. For me, as fans, we must say, I think this will happen. I think this will happen. But don't take it as, I know this is going to happen.
Don't say
I
things
read
as
it.
facts. It's all speculation. Until you see it,
for sure.
it's speculation. And I mean, but then that's the thing. We predict so much and like you want it to happen so bad that it's like, you know what?
On the topic of predictions, this is a prediction I got right. I didn't want to get right. But the winner, that's what ruffled a lot of feathers. Charlotte Flair getting the W, number 27.
Listen, we all know Charlotte was going to come in and take that.
Nah.
But it's the hope that kills us.
Right.
It's literally the hope that kills us because like there's so much that's going on. And with the video package and everything of Charlotte, I was expecting so much that they're not doing a surprise because I would believe even more that going back to the old ways, like she just comes back, gets the title, but it's like, they did a video package, so maybe things are going to be different now. She's going to have more of a storyline, like things are going to be a bit more in depth.
Yes, I think
her.
we all want Charlotte to kind of evolve more and not be the typical, I just win the titles. But it looks like we might be on that same path. Even though, like, I love the idea, Tiffany versus Charlotte is the money match. I think we're probably going to get that.
Is.
But we need a bit more from Charlotte.
I would have liked it to happen another way because the thing is Charlotte is big, like she's a huge star as is. She did not need to win the Royal Rumble again because this is her second win.
But at the same time I get the logic from WWE because it's like she's already so made. Let's just solidify her even more. Who else must get I was the second person or whatever. She must really be standing out as like I was the best ever, when we look back 20 years from now. So I kind of saw that perspective.
There'll be more Rumbles. There will be more.
Because so not this one.
Yeah, because the last time we saw her was in December 2023, right?
Yeah.
A lot has been happening since that time. So like the women in the locker room now, what they've been putting in, what they've been doing. Can we like finish the story there? Can we finish the story with the women there before we continue Charlotte's story? Because she can do a lot. She like Charlotte is great on the mic. She's great, right? But it's just like
it mustn't be so straightforward. I get that.
Yeah, because it's not nice watching something like, I know what's gonna happen. Because going into the men's rumble, but we'll touch on that when we get to it. But it's like we know what's gonna. But anyway,
yeah. But I think at the end of the day, it is what it is. We've accepted Charlotte is the winner, but at least, we did say there weren't as many surprises maybe as we would have liked. But for example, Nikki Bella coming out, I thought was also okay.
She also got a really good reaction.
I was like, this is clearly not for me. It's like, there were people who grew up in the Divas era, people who watched Total Bellas, Total Divas. So it was like, it's a moment for them. So I was like, I'm going to accept that. But at least they still gave us a lot of moments. I was impressed by Ivy Nile, actually. I think that's one person we should kind of highlight.
And she's the one that eliminated Lyra because...
Oh, yes, actually, yeah. So obviously they're going to go
thing
into the IC title picture there,
Yeah, because, like, I get it, right? Like, I get it that, the winner of the Rumble will face, the World Championships, right? Yeah. I don't agree fully with the idea of having people that are other number one contenders for a title opportunity or people who already have titles.
Or being in the Rumble.
In the Rumble because I feel like that weakens your current title. Because the thing is, you
yeah.
should be putting in all the work to ensure that like Yazi, you dominant, and like this is not just a small nyana title or whatever. Like we should really just like bring everything to those titles, right? So for Lyra to be eliminated like that.
At least she wasn't eliminated first, though. I was just relieved about that, yeah. So,
but she was second. It's just as bad.
Yeah,
she was
maybe
second.
With the women's IC title, I think there's still a lot of work to be done. Yeah, she hasn't defended the title as of the Royal Rumble. So to make it more prestigious, I think I can agree about there's more work to be done. But another champ that I did like, though, she's Sean, Chelsea Green. She performed. She eliminated BFAB. That was the first elimination. She eliminated Lash as well.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
And the moment when she got eliminated, though, was really cool as well. She was just like screaming and everything. Like Chelsea Green's mastered her character.
It was a mistake.
It's Secret Service agents.
It's not like Sammy. This one was a genuine mistake. Piper did not mean to eliminate her.
Yeah.
But like, Chelsea had so many funny moments. There was the one moment in the ring with Bianca, Naomi, Jada, and who else?
And Lash.
Lash, yes. You know, they're like, okay, we're doing this. And then she's like,
and they're like, no, you don't even go here.
No. And then immediately after that, she takes Lash out. I was like, oh my goodness. But like, one thing I will say though, with Roxanne Perez and Charlotte being the top two, there was a little glimpse, a little shimmer of hope. But
Roxanne winning,
really? This, because she came in at number 3 and Bianca won
from number 3.
From number 3, you know. And like, you know, she was in there for quite a while. She did a lot because one thing I don't like is when people like either hide or do all these things, you know. But I'm actually happy that's something that didn't happen. Like we didn't have people who are hiding under the ring and then chiki out of
last
nowhere,
minute,
they're back.
They pop up. Yeah, I was very like surprised that Roxanne lost it so long because now she set the record. 1 hour, 7 minutes, longest time in a women's rumble. That really came out of nowhere, especially for me because it's like Roxanne is still going to be in a title match at Vengeance Day coming up like very soon. So it's like, wow, we're really putting her over, that she's ready for the main roster, but like she's still going to be in NXT. So for me, that gives me mixed emotions when it comes to NXT call-ups because I do prefer, if you're going to have such a great performance, then you must be done with NXT. But at the same time, maybe WWE looks at it, okay, we're going to make this person look so good, then hopefully that takes people to go watch NXT more.
I mean,
so maybe that's
the
logic.
Like Roxanne, like honestly, because like even without the title, like she's still like so dominant.
Clearly.
Like I think she's still so great.
And the part that killed me was like final 3 there, and then Wade Barrett was just like, no, there's no way she can eliminate Nia Jax. Like, we have to talk about Nia. We cannot overlook Nia Jax. She 8 eliminations. We even did some forensic
eliminated like
investigation
6 people
there.
in one go. Although I think it was 5 because Raquel, I wouldn't say she really counts. VAR, but she was dominant. And like thing is, what's funny for me is that in the countdown, when they were like watching the clips and everything, she was like, oh no, like it wasn't fair because obviously she came for me. I was already tired, and like for her to come now at the number that she came at, like way later,
like 29.
And then she's actually just like throwing people out left, right, and center, like. She had a point to prove.
I was hoping that she would actually break that record because I think now she's equaled her record from
which is 8,
last year and the record that Shayna and I believe Bianca has as well. It's like just give her a 9, but I think Raquel, that whole situation, that's why she kind of missed out on that. But Nia for me performed so well, and I kind of felt like I wouldn't have minded if she won the Rumble. I was like, okay, you know. Maybe, and then we can still do the whole Tiffany Nia thing because, like you said last week, it's kind of unfinished business. You know, she kind of moved on too quick. Let's go back to that thing. But yeah, I enjoyed Nia's performance. I think someone else, she was my dark horse last week, and she did well in the match, but I don't think she did as well as I would have liked. I would have liked her to be in the top 4. Jordan Grace, I felt like, she kind of shined a little bit.
She looked gorgeous. Sorry
to talk she was dolled up, eh?
She looked, oh my gosh, she looked amazing.
The hair,
she was ready.
And
she was ready. Like, she was ready. Like, she looked the part, and like, she looked, like, she just looked beautiful.
That new WWE contract, like... Yeah, no, Jordan, I hope that, they do a lot with her.
They really do push her,
and they deliver there. But overall, we kind of bummed about the whole Charlotte situation. But it was solid. I think the other thing that stood out with the Women's Rumble is that we made the entire division look very strong because there was a point where there were like 14 women in one go. So it's like, okay, it's difficult to eliminate these women. Like they stick it through for the long haul. So I like that.
And actually going back to Naya with how dominant she is, because there was a point where all the women just ganged up on her and she was like,
yeah, like Hulk vibes or whatever. So there were a lot of really cool moments, and I'm sure we're forgetting a couple even. But yeah, I would say like as the days are kind of going by, we'll remember this Rumble. It'll be like, okay, yeah, once we've calmed down from our expectations and everything. No, but we'll be fired up again when we get to the men. But
yes. And just last point before we move on to the women's. What did you feel about Charlotte having pyro in her entrance?
Oh, even Wade Barrett called that out. It was like, yo, that means you're really special. But yeah, it was all about, presenting her. But she really is a big deal. But then,
but it's like, but she's going to get pyro when she's pointing at the WrestleMania
It's never enough
sign.
pyro. Ask Cody. Like, Cody gets like $2 million worth of pyro.
Because I feel like that was also like, yo, what does this mean?
Oh, yeah, it was very odd, kind of, yeah. But yeah, and she took her time, and then even, but eventually she got it off. So
shame, and she spoke up about it.
Oh, in the press conference,
because I didn't notice at first until she spoke up about it.
Yeah,
because Tina, we like looking at VAR because there's so many things that we had to fact check again.
Yeah, the biggest one for me was the Naya moment.
Because that's when we noticed what Naya. Actually, did you eliminate Raquel? But
yeah, but that's cool. So Women's Rumble. Then the next match was the 2 out of 3 falls match. DIY defending WWE tag titles, going against MCMG. So I enjoyed this match. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
The first fall from DIY.
Cheating.
But yeah, it's being smart though. They faked a tag, and then MCMG thought, Gargano is still legal or whatever.
But then my thing is, even if you think that the person is not legal, you're you're being pinned. Like you're in that position. Kick out just in case.
But it did DIY for me. I just enjoyed how they did that. Then MCMG, they leveled things up. Then shocker, out of nowhere, Street Profits in all black.
What?
The smoke! Clearly, it's a tribute to the Street Profits. Because at first I was like, who is this? Because Magumi hoodies and everything, and it's the two guys. With the crutch, So for me, I was like, okay, this is a heel turn. But then they still attacked DIY then after the match. So it's like, okay, they just come in for everybody.
We're not siding for anyone. We're coming for all of you.
And for me, I think what I enjoyed most about this is that basically it's really strengthening the SmackDown tag team division now because we've got these 3 teams. I'm sure MCMG, they'll have something to say about this.
Yeah.
Pretty Deadly, we saw SmackDown before Royal Rumble. They came through, they said, we're not going to be your lackeys DIY anymore. So I feel like...
And they did it without
Pretty Deadly, exactly. I think Los Gaza as well have really improved so much in the ring. So the SmackDown tag team division is really good right now. And I'm hoping Raw is going to get the same love at some point as well. Yeah. But this was a big spotlight for them, like performing in front of like 65,000+ people or 70,000. It's crazy business, yeah. So the tag title match, and I felt like it was in a good slot as well. After the Women's Rumble, just going back to like traditional wrestling kind of, So that was a cool change of pace. Then I get the brutality that was the ladder match, Cody Rhodes versus KO.
Shame. Like
they delivered, right?
I acknowledge him.
Cody, ne?
I acknowledge him. I think this is what I've been wanting to see. And I like to an extent, Cody has not been wanting to expose this side of him, but the brutality that he was bringing.
He was angry.
This is what I said it last week when I said this.
No, they did that. I mean, they broke the rungs of the ladder. I think there was the one move, KO even like threw Cody into the ladder, but the ladder was like not sitting straight. It was like this. It was...
Listen, like...
Woo! And then there was the move from the top rope, the spinning suplex, fisherman suplex, whatever it was.
There was so much.
The Alabama slammer from Cody. That wrecked KO. Do you see the way KO was folded? He was dusted.
Okay, he was stuck. He literally got stuck in that position. Like, no, shame. Yeah. I acknowledge him. And after this, KO, you don't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
Cody he's good.
I think the story has to be done between those two. And now what I'm interested to see is what happens with KO and Sammy, because we saw Sammy come out, but he didn't interfere. So for me, the question is, do they feud because KO's like, you should have interfered? Or do we build the bond even more? But guys, actually, let's take out all the other people.
But even Sammy, though, because he checked on the both of them. He checked on KO
Oh,
and on
okay,
Cody.
yeah, the first
So
time
it's just
round,
like,
yeah.
pick
A
a
side.
side. Literally pick a side.
Yeah, yeah.
So like for me, I don't know what Sammy's like motives are, because like he also really didn't do anything. He was just there.
Just watching. Meanwhile, this guy's got a Rumble match in a couple of minutes. I'm like, and
I'm like,
it
what are
ended
you
up
doing
costing him
here?
later because he didn't spend a long time in the Rumble. But going back to what you said about like, Cody, it did feel like both in terms of character and the real Cody,
Yeah.
he had a point to prove. He put his body on the line to just kind of remind us that, guys, there's a reason why the hashtag We Want Cody movement happened last year. It's because I am one of you guys. I am, like a person that works hard. So he put his body on the line. And then I also wanted to ask you before then we moved to the men's Rumble.
Okay.
That moment at the end where Cody was standing over KO with the titles and you could see the Mania sign. Does that make him a bad person? Because KO did it first at Saturday night's main event, the one in December. So it's revenge. But now it also feels like it's gloating a bit. It's like, so is this Cody leaning even more to the dark side?
Are
or
we
what?
gonna have a heel turn?
You know what? I'm going to touch on that later. I've got a theory. Maybe. But let's jump into the men's Rumble. So this was just so stacked. Number 1, number 2, Rey Mysterio, Penta. I liked that, even though I wanted it to be Rey and Dom. Imagine Dom coming out number 2, the booze, then he gets whooped by his dad again.
Yes.
That would have been fun. But yeah, now number 1, 2, then Chad Gable came through. Number 3.
We're not just gonna
the
slide
Penta
past
moment.
this,
Hey, this
because
bothered
this
you.
is where VAR comes in again. This is no, because okay, Sharp, Penta, Rey, good start, but then there was that one incident that happened, and I was just like, Penta, like you out of my books. Like I'm not even gonna acknowledge you. Nothing.
At first sight, yeah, it did look like both feet touched, but then we did have a close look at it, forensic investigation.
And shame, the other foot, like it was very
his left foot
close.
It was like, and then
it was like this.
this.
I think what I wanted to like, maybe it looked like it was both feet because though, like it wasn't like a drastic, not us.
Yeah, it's a jive. But no, shame. Like, because for me also, it was suspicious when they didn't show the replay. Then I was like, okay, both feet must have touched the floor and they don't want to show us.
I think that's what, like, I was like,
heightened the suspicions more. Yeah,
I was convinced.
After watching it again, shame, no Penta did land proper.
Yeah.
And he lasted long. I know you had an issue with him over half an hour, but he was just chilling. Work smart, like, not work hard, you know?
No, because you must earn that time. You must earn
he earned it by strategizing.
You must earn it. No. You must earn it. Because like for me, because he's been built up so much, coming into WWE.
Yeah.
Like I'm just expecting him to just be like bang after bang after bang, and I'm sure you saw what he did to Ludwig.
Oh yeah, actually.
But it's just like I want him like to show, but okay, you know what? I'm not one to mess with. I'm the number 1 luchador, you know. But like for you to, because the thing is like there were so many moments where like a lot is happening in the ring, and then you just see Penta there.
Pauline.
No.
So I think moving on from Penta, the next significant superstar for me was Braun Breaker at number 7. I think he delivered. Like he was spearing people.
He showed why.
As soon as he got in, spearing Carmelo Hayes. And you know what? I like that as well. It's like, fine, you don't like that having a champion in the Rumble. But if you are a champion, you must show
why.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. And then he also showed that like I'm gonna be a future world champion. It gave those vibes. And then the best part of the Rumble for me, I show speed. Like I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did.
Tozawa though.
One forearm to the back of the head.
Melo has problems.
Watch your back with Melo.
Because it's not the first time he's chasing somebody. It was first Jimmy following him all the way from backstage. Now poor Tozawa, like, Tozawa ungenapi. Like, why is he in it?
Wrong place, wrong time.
Because like he comes out so excited, then Melo's like,
nah. He's like, I'm out and Tozawa's in. Like nah. But I love the whole scene where like, okay, we carry out Tozawa into Gorilla and then Triple H and I was like, okay, is Triple H gonna enter?
I thought he was literally gonna go in.
Or maybe Adam Pearce instead is like, okay, speed, go through. And then the music hits, he's got in Crocs, he's got his merch away. Like for me, that was dope. Gets an eliminating
Literally.
Otis, but then the spear from Braun Breaker, like, yeah. Nah.
Like I was like, okay, he's shattered. Every single bone is
Yeah,
broken. He wasn't just broken in half. Everything
I
shattered.
didn't see it coming, but I thought that was a good use of a celeb and him not shining per se in the terms of like he wasn't dominant or anything, but
Yeah.
he gave us an entertaining moment. So
Yeah.
I like that. Sheamus comes through at number 9. I was also kind of surprised. I was expecting his old song to be back because
yes.
Cody on the kickoff he addressed it. He saw a sign saying "Bring back Sheamus's theme." Cody made it seem like he's going to bring it back, but he comes out to the new song that he's got. So I was like, but okay, we had Sheamus, Jimmy Uso, Ngolisi, Rampa with the lay. I was mad because I love that ramp. Like it's like an elevated ramp. It's got like the unmanned camera on the side. It's so cool. And then this guy's just like making it filthy.
That was the longest ramp ever.
Yeah,
because
so
like remember, sorry to go back, but that was like
Yeah.
one of like my other concerns. Like, is Bianca gonna skip the
yeah.
whole
But
way?
she's fit
The other
enough.
thing,
Yeah.
but she was like, it was like a run skip. Like she was running and skipping at the same time. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the men's.
Jimmy was dope. We had Andrade 11, Fatu coming in at 12, dominating. He kills me when he does that head pop of his. Like it makes me dizzy even trying
And
to
for
do
me,
it.
it's his stank face. Like
Nah, bro, and yavuza as well.
his stank face kills me.
Yeah, Fatu was dope, and I think as expected, he was very dominant, getting a couple of eliminations. Ludwig Kaiser, you mentioned earlier, his moment.
Ludwig.
This guy doesn't want to come in the ring, comes in the
And
ring.
then, you know what? I was just like, okay, I see what you're doing, and like yes, I may be contradicting myself because at the beginning I was like, I don't want people to hide. He wasn't in the ring just yet.
He did it
This is like
elegantly.
so like okay, I see you guys. And the thing is, look at the men that were in the ring. Who would want to go into
like Sheamus, Fatu,
that?
Braun Breaker.
Exactly. Kind of esangena, spear. So no.
But it still didn't work. Like 2 seconds later, Penta takes him out.
But then why did you go for Penta? Nah, yeah.
He's got some beef, yeah, but I think they're going to build that story over the next couple of weeks. So I was like, okay,
Oh, man,
I can
I
accept
was mad
Kaiser.
for him.
Because at first I was like, why are we making him a joke? But
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to get angry. We know there's that one move Kaiser does. He runs around the outside of the ring, kicks you in the head into the steps. I can see that happening with Penta at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, if him and Gunter were still like this, Gunter would probably be like he would beat him up.
Oh,
basically.
actually,
'Cause I
yes.
remember
Yeah, at the start of their main roster
when they
run.
would lose.
Yeah, Gunter was very bad. And then we had, halfway through, we had Joe Hendry coming through. I thought that was a nice moment.
Like
TNA World Champ
Shame,
with the
it was
title.
nice, yeah.
So I was just bummed that they didn't play the whole song because I was like, I wanted to wave your hands
shame,
from side to
yeah.
side. But he was quite cool. And then 16, Roman Reigns. I was like so early because I thought Roman would come either number 1 or number 30 because he's going to take so long, you know.
Do you know what I wanted?
Yeah.
For Roman to not come at all.
Huh?
Not to flake on the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
But for me, there was just an awkwardness to hearing that Roman is going to be in the Rumble.
Okay.
Because like we had like built him up to be like this main guy, you know, he's got this aura. He doesn't have to beg for anything. Like he gets whatever he wants. This wise man, make it happen. Like, you know, it's just like those type of things. So like for him now to enter the Rumble, it almost seems like our tribal chief is begging for an opportunity.
I get that perspective because Nyan, it's kind of against his character in a way. Because yes, he's a face now, but still, it's like he could just say, Cody, I want a rematch at WrestleMania. And then it happens and no one would flinch. It would be like, oh, of course you should get the title, yeah. But it was very surprising, comes in at number 16. But then at this point, then in my mind, it clicked, but okay, fine, we're going to go the route of he's going to earn it. But then I was excited. I was like, okay, my pick is going to come through. He's going to win the Rumble, but we'll get there. Things didn't quite work out that way. Our boy, Drew McIntyre, comes out number 17. Drew, Roman. I think he's too obsessed with this whole situation. He needs to stop
Roman
it.
is obsessed. I mean, sorry, Drew is obsessed with everyone. Honestly, he just wants revenge with everyone. He wants to beat everyone up. He is high-key starting to come across like a KO.
Yo, okay.
No, because it's just like, why do you have a problem with everyone, bro? Like, yes, KO, yeah, now it's like, shame, it's deeper because, like, they were friends with Cody and everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like, Literally, Drew. But then, Shame, there is a part of me that feels very, very, very bad for Drew. Because, I mean, when he got his WrestleMania moment, it was during COVID. There was no crowd. So I think for him, he's just been trying to chase that.
But you've got to give up at some point and just be like, guys, it is what it is.
So I guess that's where the beef with Roman comes, because it's just like, you were on top for so long. Like,
should have been me.
Like, literally.
But yeah, I felt Drew. Okay, it was nice to see him team up with Fatu against Roman. I enjoyed that moment.
And
but
that was surprising for me, because Jacob doesn't team up with anyone. You speak to him,
So I just felt like, Drew, he was kind of ineffective in this Rumble. And then he got eliminated by Damien later on. And I don't know if Damien versus Drew is a program I want to see. But we'll see how they cook it up. But maybe. But then I think the next big moment, Jey Uso coming out, number 20. And then when they put that stat, also I love that graphic where it says like, okay, active people, eliminated people, and then all these other stats.
And
it was really
having
cool.
the flag of the person also coming out, really enjoyed
it
that.
gave like kind of World Cup vibes. It gave very sporty feel. So I enjoyed that. I saw some people online, they don't like that. Some people have spoken to
I loved it, because it's just like, we see that there's a lot like going on in the ring, but like to see 15 active, no, next whatever number, like
it was just cool.
Nice.
Just keeping track of everything. I enjoyed it. Then when someone is eliminated, it says like eliminated. Everything for me, it was like so slick. So Jay comes out number 20, 21. AJ was a nice surprise.
It's always nice hearing his song.
And the old song, they brought the old song back, so they did it for AJ, but not Sheamus. But fine, AJ being back was cool, and it just brought me back. Like for me, still one of my favorite Rumble memories. His debut 2016. I was screaming. Like I literally, I could not be held. Like it was crazy. So AJ, Braun Strowman coming out 22.
Braun, he only came for one person there.
Fatu. And I was going to say it made sense that he's the one to eliminate Fatu, because he's the only one besides Roman maybe who is believable that can actually eliminate Fatu.
The tantrum he threw though after getting eliminated.
It was good though.
It was chairs, it was eyeball.
But I also did like, for the integrity of the match, he didn't go back in and then eliminate Braun. Because I think in previous years, sometimes that happens. Like, once you're out, And then for me, this stretch, 23 to 25, was just like insane. After banger. After banger. Like, John Cena 23, Punk 24, Seth 25. And they didn't even do anything. They were just standing. We had like a top 4 moment, but there were still more people to come. I was just like, it's going down.
He's big too.
How dumb I? Come on. But he was feeling himself. He was up there with the mustache.
He needs
the
to shave that thing.
It gets him the girls.
He needs to shave
he had Rhea. He's got Liv. No Tiffany White. Dabblish up a little bit, so But nice frog splash onto John Cena, but then he tries to do the Three Amigos to Roman. He can't do it. No, Roman was even like, bro, what do you think? I'm the tribal chief, bro. So fine, 27, the golden number in the Rumble. Sami Zayn has it. And only in hindsight did it click to me, but maybe the idea with putting him in that number was to make us think he's going to have a good chance. But like I said, Usami also kind of fell short for me. And maybe he was distracted with the KO situation. But maybe this will tie into the bigger story about, because I think what Jey Uso was trying to do, the super kick onto Drew ducks and then hit Sammy. So, and now, and then Sammy...
It was an accident though.
But Sammy might take it
seriously.
seriously.
Questionable. But no, it wasn't an accident. And of course, Drew there laughing on the side.
He's always...
Evil.
He's like a cross cloud.
Evil.
So Sammy is out, and then 28, Damien gets a big elimination with Drew. LA Knight got a big pop. I enjoyed seeing him at 29. And then Logan Paul. I forgot about Logan Paul completely.
Actually, because...
I was like, he's supposed to be in this match. But he shined it. Like that move where LA Knight, I think, kicked him onto the announce table. Then he jumped to the barricade, to the steps. And you even wanted to I must rewind. Like,
did he really land there?
But that's how good he is.
The barricade is so thin. Like,
yeah.
How did he hop onto that? But for me, the only thing, like, I wouldn't say it fell short, because the men's Rumble was good. But like, I was actually quite surprised that they didn't have any men from NXT.
Oh yeah, because I expected maybe Trick would appear.
Yes, I wanted a Trick and Mellow moment.
Oh,
there is
true.
unfinished business there.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, I've been saying this. I don't like what they're doing to Mellow because he was so dominant on NXT when Trick was also still his goon and everything. So like, just to see something play out with those two, I feel like would help elevate Mellow even more, and also just seeing, you know, how Trick also would be in the whole situation. You know, because it's kind of like the Seth and Roman issue.
Dynamic,
because Seth is always like, Roman, you at fault, blah blah blah. But I'm just like, but Seth, you're the one that turned on Roman first. It was you there with the steel chair. Like, literally, it all started with you. So honestly, for me, Seth has no grounds. Like, the beef he has with Roman, you have no grounds. You guys were a team at this point. I think Dean Ambrose just needs to come back, sit them down and be like, Tetan Matot. Like, solve this now, because it doesn't make sense for me. Like, I just want to see those two come together.
Seth, he lost his mind completely, and I wasn't expecting it. I was like, okay, because so the moment most was him and Roman trying to eliminate each other. Punk comes, eliminates them. Punk gets eliminated by Logan Paul. And then Seth does the stomp onto Roman on the floor, then the stomp onto the steps, but then he's still brawling with CM Punk. So all of this, it was just like, wait, what? But just going back to what you said about Carmelo Hayes, though, as well, as much as like he's kind of losing a lot, but he has a defined character, though, what I would say, and he always gets mic time. So I do feel like his time will come, similar to like how I said with Tama Tonga last week as well. I think as long as you're being used, I think it's a good thing. If you're in catering, there's a problem,
Because like with Melo, as much as like, but I feel like they're doing something. That's the thing.
It'll come.
You feel something, and Triple H is like,
nah.
You know, because like it seems like they're making him this madman now. Like, he's just out here attacking people. Like, I actually want to see that.
We're like, where's it gonna lead to? Yeah, but I think there's lots of possibilities there. But so Seth, Punk, Roman, possible triple threat. Like, do you want that for WrestleMania? Like, would you be down for that? For me personally, no. I don't think that's the match to do. Either let's do Punk Roman or Roman Seth.
Because I feel like that's what would just end it all.
Well, the triple threat would end it all for everyone.
Like for instance, it's because I feel like it'll just always be an ongoing thing. And because also with Roman, when Punk eliminated him, he was like, bro, like, we teamed up. Like, why?
That was naive though of Roman, because he knew it was a once-off thing. It was a favor.
It was
just a favor. I call partners good rumble.
No. Because Naomi and Bianca worked really well together.
Okay, they're tag team champions.
Yes, they're tag team. But it's just like, Oksala, your Punk, we worked together. Like, come on, bro. Because the thing is, here's the thing. Like, I thought that Punk would want to go one-on-one with Roman. Like, let's eliminate all these other people and let it be me and you at the end, you know? Because like, I got like, that was the vibe with Bianca and Naomi. Like, they were really helping each other out there. Even when Naomi was having that moment with Jordan hugging, and Bianca was like,
hey, sit the team up and not
excuse me, you know? So it was just like, I thought we were going to have like the same thing. I mean, of course, at the back of my mind, I also have, okay, John Cena and all this other stuff, but it was just like, okay, at least get top 3. You know?
But for me, it was sad to see Roman in that state. Like, he was down and out.
Like,
he was in the pits.
He looked so bad.
I was like, from going the person I backed to win, and then you're eliminated kind of early, because this was like the final 10 at this point. But
that's dominant eliminating 4 people.
Yeah,
just
he was on a roll. Yeah,
you know?
Joe Hendry chucking them over, Sheamus, Miz, all of those guys. So, but we'll see what they do. And then again, we had the final 3, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, John Cena. I like that sequence though, because I think Cena had Logan Paul for the AA, super kick from Jey Uso, then clothesline, taking out Logan. Then Cena and Jey. Like what were your thoughts going in this moment? Because they had a very nice back and forth.
No, they did.
The one moment where Cena looked like he's going to get tossed over.
They did. Oh yeah, when he was just like dagging with the one foot.
What were your feels in that moment?
Like, honestly, It took that whole thing of when, no man, Cena's taking this. Like, when I saw Jay and Cena being the top 2. But it was like, man, everything is like too close. Like, actually, what the would they really? You know, because as much as like, this is where we're also so hypocritical as wrestling fans. Because, but no shame, I did say though, like as much as Jay, you know, he's a crowd favorite or whatever, I feel like they could do like other things with him, and he doesn't
need the title,
win,
but
and
clearly
all
he
that
does
other
now.
stuff, you know. So I was just like, okay, like John Cena can take it, but I'm also again, I was like, no, man, just give it to someone else. Because we're seeing that, like, John Cena is going to have other ways of making sure that he gets a title.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, yeah, like, for me, I didn't see it coming. I honestly didn't see it coming. And when it happened, I was like, huh.
Because I think, even the way it happened, because, like, Cena then, like, lands on the floor, and it's like, oh, flip.
Like, it's done.
Out.
I actually wanted to cry. Because I couldn't believe it.
Hey, Cena was so close.
Because, like, that's the thing. I was just going through so many emotions, like, in the match. I was like, okay, maybe Jay can take it. Okay, John Cena. And then, when it was like, it's done. It's like, John Cena, it's over. I was like,
nah.
It was his last drop.
Yeah, and for me, the press conference, when he spoke, then he made his intentions clear about, okay, this has made me realize now, I'm going to do what's best for business, not for me. The business needs me to be in the main event to go for number 17. I'm entering the chamber. I hope he wins the chamber. I hope he gets the job done. And funny plot twists, nothing.
Yeah.
It must just be straightforward. I need Cena to win the chamber. But Jey Uso, he's won.
No, literally.
And Nyan, I think everyone had mixed emotions. It's like, especially because like he lost to Gunther like the week before Saturday night's main event.
Was the IC champion for literally
like 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. So it felt kind of weird. And I think for me, the big conundrum is, can you actually make main event Jey Uso the main event of WrestleMania? Can you tell a compelling enough story that will beat the likes of Punk, Roman, Seth, Logan, whoever else? And if they go Jay Gunther, it's like a match we've seen a number of times because they fought for the world title,
and
they fought
lost
for the IC title,
and he lost
Gunther. And he lost clean.
Literally
That's the other thing.
week before.
If there was cheating, then it can be like, okay, this time, yeah. But now it's like, Gunther's kind of better than you. He's proved it a number of times. Then again, this is a theory, remember I kind of mentioned earlier with the Cody. You asked me about the whole, is he going to turn heel? If I think about it, Jay versus Cody doesn't make sense right now. But if Cody turns heel or gets to a progression, because we've already kind of seen it starting, he becomes that desperate champion where it's like, I worked so hard to win this title and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I've seen my friends betray me. So Jay, I'm going to betray you before you betray me.
But I mean, Jay was never against Cody. I mean, they won their tag team titles in Indiana. So it's just like...
But I mean, when Jay was in the bloodline,
I've worked with you. I've worked with... Like, Jay has never turned on Cody.
I mean, it's debatable.
Because, for instance, there was Punk, when they had the segment in the ring. It's like, you know, you've got friends, but I'm that friend that's going to tell you to your face.
Stab you in the front.
Yeah, I'm stabbing in the front. I want that title, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Jay has never at any point been like, you know what, Cody? Watch out. For me,
Cody's going to be desperate to keep the title. So I think if they go that route...
He's going to be paranoid now.
Yeah, he's going to become... it's like, I've worked so hard for this. I need to keep it by any means necessary. Yeah. The money's too good. That bus is too good for me. So I think if they go that route, and then again... But then, Jey Uso, I can still see him losing at Mania as well. Because if they go that route, Cody could retain, you know? So I think that was the... kind of confusion with Jay winning. It's like, whilst like last year when Cody won, it's like Cody's going for Roman. Yeah. He was unsuccessful last year because of multiple instances of cheating. This time is this time, you know?
Do you know what I also find so funny? Back in Bloodline days, and then Jimmy was out for so long, and when he came back, he had the shirt "Nobody's B."
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like, I find it so ironic that like Jimmy is now like the one that's like, oh, my tribal team, you know,
always,
all over like you know Roman, and like Jay is the one that has actually made a name for himself now. Yeah. So now, which makes me like question, like, how are things gonna be between the two? Because I literally even said this last week. I was like, they can't be two chiefs. So maybe Roman's biggest problem is not Solo. Maybe it's Jay.
Hey, and speaking of Solo, actually, I was bummed he didn't make an appearance. I was really hoping. I wanted that zin, 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 zin. Number 30, you got me into that zone. I was ready for that. So, which makes me think as well, like, what are they gonna do with Solo? Like, when is he gonna return? Is he feuding with Fatu? What's gonna happen? I don't know. Nah. But yeah, like a very not you doing the
I was about to say, yeah, I was like, oh, it's coming up, it's coming up.
It just happened.
Just can't stop it.
But yeah, I think overall it was like a rumble that left us uncertain. And but maybe that's also
That's
the
the
point.
plan.
Yeah, because this is not the payoff. The payoff is WrestleMania. And we still have, what, at the time of the rumble, like 77 days to go.
Yeah.
And Triple H kind of alluded to it in the press conference as well. But there's still more surprises to come. So
Yeah.
there's all these weeks of Raw and SmackDown I have to get through. We're going to go on the Europe tour as well. You got to have big surprises. Imagine, actually, now that I think about it, Becky Lynch returning in Europe is huge. She's Irish, so it would make sense. Those kind of things. So it's like, let's just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Because it's in your
Yeah,
region
actually, setting up
doesn't
myself.
mean, because look at Drew. No wonder he hates Roman.
But yeah, I think overall though, what I really enjoyed is how invested everyone was in the Rumble. Whether we're happy or not with the results,
Yeah.
we were all talking about it. Like, that was the most fun thing for me. It's like before, during, after. So I think Indianapolis, they did a good job as well.
Yes,
So they
actually, I mean,
deserve.
it was the biggest.
They deserve.
I'll
Now,
give them
now,
that.
finally,
Yeah,
after an
I'm
hour.
just speaking about it. Like,
They deserve their SummerSlam. They deserve their WrestleMania. And I think for me, it also goes to show, Banyan, WWE is good for your tourism, actually. Like, when they do these big PLEs, it works. Because now, for me, beforehand, I was like, okay, it's a whatever city. But now I'm like, okay, yeah, it looks like it's a dope place, dope vibe and everything. So thanks to WWE, no Pat McAfee. They were putting him over a lot.
Yeah.
Like, he's the reason why we came here. So for me, everything overall, I think, was cool. So memorable Rumble. Some people will say good, bad reasons. We don't know, but yeah. So
it has us talking, and
Exactly.
that's I think that's what makes it a good Rumble. It has us talking,
Yeah.
and we're not all seeing the same thing. It could literally
Yeah.
go either way. Anything can happen.
yeah.
Yeah, man, stressor.
Let's wrap it up there. Royal Rumble 2025 in the bag. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 2. I can't believe it. Our next one will be after the Elimination
Yeah.
Chamber. So reviewing that
It's gonna be
PLE.
quite a break.
Yeah. Don't miss
Yeah.
us too much.
Yeah, because for now we're only doing PLEs, and then
Yeah.
maybe later on, okay, we'll do.
We'll see how
Raws
it
and
goes. We'll see how it
SmackDown
goes.
and stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a wrap.
Nah,
Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.
What it do? We're out.